Hello, and welcome to Powerful Places Podcasts. I'm your host, Gary White, and today we will hear a conversation I had with Miquel Bonfill about Arunachala, Shiva's sacred mountain in India. Well, I'm talking today to Miquel Bonfill about his recent trip to India. I've never been to India, so you went with a group, mostly from Spain or from Europe. How did you get to India?
Well, this time, this trip was with a group that we had a spiritual teacher with us, Ivan Barcevic from Croatia, and the organizers of this trip were from Albacete, an association called Instituto Salud y Conciencia, and Ivan Barcevic is coming to mainly Albacete but other places in Spain, running some programs related to his project that is that he calls the name of a School of Awareness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it was a group from Spain and also from elsewhere in Europe.
Yes, but mainly the group was around 45 people, and 38 we were from Spain, mainly from Albacete, but also a few people from other places in Spain, and then the rest from Croatia. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And last year, the same trip was done. Ivan led a group from Croatia to these places.
To the same set of places.
Exactly. The whole trip was visiting for spiritual places in India.
Mm-hmm. Well, one that caught my attention was Arunachala, which is supposedly Shiva himself.
Yes. It's a mountain in the south of India that is considered to be very sacred, as you told, Shiva's mountain, as energetically Shiva's energy is embodied in this mountain. And it became also very famous because it was chosen by Ramana Maharshi as the place for him to go after he had a very deep experience, a near-death experience when he was very young. He was 17 years old, and he decided not to try to do anything about his experience, just be led by it, and from there he became very a deep transformation inside, and he felt to go to meditate for many years in a cave in Arunachala, and then people started to meet him there, and he started some teachings that have very deep impact in many people's life, and in fact I feel very attracted to some of the living now teachers that are coming from this lineage, especially Gangaji and Muji, that are living masters or living examples of the embodiment of these teachings in their daily life, and transmitting this to many people. Big audiences are, and it's such a simple message, but at the same time so deep that only with self-inquiry as a tool of finding our own experience in our own heart, not with sometimes not with so many beliefs, and not with our minds trying to understand things, or more going inside in our heart and from our experience just finding our deeper truth.
So your group, the real goal of the group in this case was to go to that cave. Is that correct?
Well, in fact, experiencing the energy of the place, and of course, one of the things that we did was visiting the cave and staying there for a moment of silence. That was very, very deep experience. But not only that, we also stayed in in Ramana's ashram. There is an ashram that is possible to go there for meditation in the places where Ramana was meditating, and there is the samadhi, and many people are coming to that place. It's a very spiritual, powerful place.
And you were able to stay there for a day or so, or?
You mean in the ashram? Well, in fact, we were staying in a hotel in the town, but not in the premises of the ashram. The ashram has some rooms for people to stay, but very few, and I think that they are already booked.
Yes. Okay.
So we were not staying there as a whole group. We were just going and staying maybe 2 hours for meditation or the practice that we were doing, but not staying in the ashram. And it seems that as last year there was a fire in the mountain, now they are very strict in giving permissions to go to the top of the mountain. So as a group we couldn't go to the top of the mountain. We could only go to the cave, but it was also very, very good experience. And then the other thing that we did was a kind of pilgrimage of walking, but on the foothill of the mountain. That's also one of the things.
Yes, you can circumnavigate the entire mountain?
Exactly, that's it.
And you go, what was it, clockwise or counterclockwise?
I think clockwise.
Clockwise, or sunwise, we sometimes say. So you actually made this pilgrimage around?
Yes, we did.
How long does that take?
Not many hours, maybe 4 hours, not that much. And it seems that also there is the possibility of doing the same in a path that it's more closer to the foothill of the mountain, but also this path, it seems that it was closed and we had to go on the road. And there are many small temples, and it's a kind of tradition to do this kind of pilgrimage around the foothill of the mountain.
So you were there for 2 days, 3 days?
3 days.
3 days. And so you spent those days at the ashram around doing a pilgrimage. What else did your group do?
Well, especially in the evenings we had a talk with Ivan Barchevik was giving a talk, and this was also very, very deep kind of group activity that was giving us the possibility of experiencing the place with such a deep understanding, and because his teachings are very much in line with this bringing us to our heart and not to our mind. That sometimes, especially Westerners, I think that
we're stuck in our heads. Yes.
And I think it's good that we start finding our own truth in our hearts and coming from this place. I think it's a real practice that it's good to encourage and to find our own ways of coming to this place.
Yes, we need to get out of our heads. You went with a group. If I were wanting to go, I could go to the mountain as an individual.
Well, as I told you, yes, of course. But as I told you now, especially after last year's fire in the mountain, you need a special permit. You must ask, but you can be given this permit, an authorization to climb to the mountain. But of course, the ashram, Ramana's ashram, is open to everybody. Even to go up to the cave, you don't need any authorization. In the opening times, you can go there and meditate. And even we had the opportunity of listening a monk or a person in charge of the caves reciting some mantras, and that was also a very, very nice experience. And as you were mentioning, and now I remind that one of the in one of his talks, Ivan made us a kind of experiencing our what could be our own death. That, in a sense, was very much related with the experience of Ramana's, that he had his awakening
near-death
experience. In a sense, he led us also to a kind of experiencing what could be our own death, as a way of maybe experiencing our awareness beyond our
consciousness,
body,
beyond the body.
Yes, that's so much related to our body.
Another day we'll talk about near-death experience. That's another very good topic that we'll talk about. Well, we have been talking about a number of places, and we'll be talking about some other places on this trip to India. The Valley of the Pyramids, Sai Baba's ashram, etc. So our audience could possibly look for other talks in this pilgrimage that you were on. Yes. Well, thank you very much, Miquel, for taking us to India.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Go to www.powerfulplaces.info for more information and links to sites about Arunachala, Ramana Maharshi, and Ivan Bavshavik.